Hey everybody, welcome. I know this is super weird because this isn't class, but I tried to make it look as much like class as possible by bringing the Fiddly Fig home. Behind this door, you might actually end up hearing it, is the cat that we rescued and is hiding back there so that she won't interrupt any of these videos, but she probably will at some point. I also got this all set up so that we can later do some live streams of video games and that sort of stuff. Before we get into all of that, what I wanted to just say to all of you guys, it's going to be okay. I know that doesn't sound all that reassuring because there's a lot of chaos, there's a lot of craziness going on, but it will be all right. In the long run, we're going to figure it out. This is an opportunity for us to take some time and figure that out together so that we take this moment of stress and confusion and turn it into a moment of growth. I know that sounds like maybe what everyone else has been telling you, and it still feels like you're living in some sort of weird bad dream. I get that. I feel that too. This isn't normal, but it is going to be the new normal, at least for the next 3 weeks, and maybe even more like 6 weeks. So, with that being said, here's how we're going to maintain some normalcy. I'm going to be doing a live stream every day that we normally have school. So Monday through Friday, I'll do a live stream. Those live streams will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. I'll put a link for the YouTube channel in the Google Classroom down below. So you will know how to get to those live streams. It will just be on YouTube because it seems like that's the easiest way to do it. There's going to be a lot of technical difficulties and a lot of learning curves for both of us. So for those live streams, just give me a little bit of leeway and I'll give you a little bit of leeway. When it comes to homework assignments, I've been getting so many emails about specifically how we're going to grade the final project or how you want me to do the video essays project or anything like that. All of it's on hold. Big hold. I don't know what's going to happen and I probably won't know until Tuesday. Tomorrow is when we actually get some information from the district. Right now, what I know is that I'm only supposed to reach out to you guys, say hello, say everything's going to be okay, and then leave it. So I don't know what I'm actually expected to do, and that puts us back in that weird place of we don't really know what the future looks like, right? So I'm going to do my best to reach out to you guys as much as I can, and I make the promise to do a live stream on a daily basis to touch base with you guys and to give you some activities. I'm going to be posting attendance assignments, but the way that we'll do the attendance assignments on Google Classroom will be different. Instead of doing it on Google Forms, where it pops up so I can read it, I'm going to do it as a chat. So you guys can respond to each other and discuss the topics digitally. There's no word count expectation. There's nothing like that. I do ask that you keep it civil and clean because the district can monitor your post in that space. So just make sure that, you're coming in, you're doing the attendance assignment just for your own sake, that you're having fun, that you're doing that sort of stuff. I'm trying to remember all of the stuff that I'm supposed to reiterate to you guys. When I post this, it will likely be in the afternoon, which means that you've missed the window at school when they're handing out free food. Free food, from what I understand, is available to all students. So if you guys are feeling hungry or want a place where you can meet up, then I would say show up to the school between 11 and 12 o'clock for food distribution. That way, students that desperately need food get it, and students that also want to interact with each other can have a place to interact with each other. I obviously want to encourage social distancing or quarantining yourselves because that is going to be what stops the spread of the virus the most. And the best piece of advice that I've gotten when it comes to the coronavirus is quite simply, it's not about you. It's not about you. It's not like it's coming after you and your everyday life. It's not like it's going to even necessarily make you as students all that sick. It is, however, really going to mess up some people's lives, especially those who are elderly or immunocompromised. Those people are dealing with stuff on a regular basis, and the coronavirus just adds more weight to an already difficult situation. So if you think about a student that might be struggling with cancer or with somebody in their family who has cancer, and then you introduce this into their lives, it is disrupting them tremendously. So when it comes to you and your situation, for the vast majority of you students, it's not about you. It's, I know, going to be a little bit weird. It's going to shake things up a little bit. But the reason why we're in this self-isolation, quarantining situation is to help those that are even worse off. So when you think about, do I need to hoard certain supplies or anything like that? We'll do a meme review where we talk about this stuff a little bit more. I've asked for you guys to post your favorite memes or to email them to me. Some people have suggested that we create a Discord. I've been personally traumatized by Discord, but I am open to trying it again. If we can stay civil and only let people who are students in my class in on that Discord, we could maybe have a Discord so we can organize some of these memes more easily and we can have those discussions. Until then, here are some suggestions for you. First and foremost, keep some sort of normal routine. I don't suggest that that means you wake up at the same time that you normally do, because schools don't give you a proper wake-up time. I would say maybe set a wake-up time that you're most comfortable with. If that's 8:30, which is going to be the new wake-up time in the future, then great. That's what's going to be my new wake-up time, because I think 8:30 is appropriate. If it's 10 o'clock or if it's noon, because that's what your circadian rhythms are telling you, then follow your circadian rhythms. Do what they are telling you. Wake up at noon if that's what's giving you the most amount of rest. Make sure that you're getting rest. Make sure that you're drinking lots of fluids. So you're going to wake up, whatever time you wake up, try to make that consistent so that you're like, every day I'm going to wake up, I'm going to do something. What I would suggest is get out of bed. Do something productive, like take a walk. I know that that's not as fun as what you normally would do, or even ask your parents to give you a ride somewhere because you're used to traveling to school. So get out of the house, stay socially distanced, don't necessarily run into other people, but if you need to take a walk, if you need to take a bike ride, I strongly suggest it. Get up, move around. For our live streams, we're going to start every single one of those with a moment of relaxation and then a moment to get up and get back into things so that you guys have some sort of structure. Maintaining structure, that was the first point. Definitely maintain some sort of semblance of structure. Make sure that you're drinking lots of liquids. Make sure that you're moving around, that you're not staying sedentary. And also make sure that you're critical about the media that you're consuming. Don't stop being critical because you're bored. It will be very easy for you guys to hop onto TikTok and spend the next 3 hours sucked into a TikTok void. Keep in mind that there are YouTube videos that are great essays that will explain some powerful stuff to you and expand your mind. It is now on you to seek those things out. I want to encourage you to do that. We're going to be doing some of that as well. If you find some good stuff, email it to me and I can share it out. The first thing I would suggest is if you haven't seen Jurassic Park, watch Jurassic Park because that ties into what we were talking about last quarter. I'm going to come up with a movie suggestion for this quarter as well. If you haven't seen the movie version of Animal Farm, the cartoon version is CIA propaganda. If that's what you're into, you can check that out. But the one with Patrick Stewart's voice is more accurate to the book, and so you can watch that as well. If you want to get away from Animal Farm, I'll be doing, starting on Friday, a live stream of Animal Crossing, the new Animal Crossing for the Switch, and I'll be talking about Animal Farm in Animal Crossing. I call it Animal Crossing Farm, unless I come up with a better name for it, thanks to you all giving me some brilliance. All right, with that being said, first thing, social distancing, keeping a routine, right? Second thing, it is important that you maintain your inner space. This part of your brain where you go to when you're bored. That needs to be cleaned up. That needs to be nurtured. That needs to be fixed up just like your room does. So if you're sitting in a messy room, you're going to feel a lot worse. Sitting in the mental space in your brain, many of you guys haven't had to be in that personal space very much, but I've been talking about how reading really helps with this. Reading books and taking time to read books will help you to maintain that inner space. Pushing yourself to look for media that challenges you will help you to maintain that inner space. So instead of obsessing about what might be happening on TikTok, you are focused on maintaining this inner space. In fact, take a minute just now to think about what's been racing through your head and try and clear your mind of that thing. Notice how powerful a little bit of quiet can be. Taking a minute to breathe, realizing what thought is there at the top of your head. Let that thought just be a thought, not in the internet sense of thought, and then say, be gone. So we don't need to be stressed about this stuff. We don't need to hold on to those negative feelings. What we need to do right now is to find some solutions together. This is a moment where we can find solutions together. All right. So that's the second thing, is to make sure that you're taking care of this inner space in your head, that you're not allowing that to become overly negative or consumed with media that is telling you that you're not good enough or that you should be scared. All of that ultimately are forms of fascism that we need to fight against. So make sure that we're not focused on those things. Take time to read. Take time to find books that you like. Take time to challenge yourself and to find websites that challenge your normal way of thinking. Last but not least, I kind of mentioned this before, get up, get moving. You are not stuck at home. You are stuck away from other people, which can be absolutely frustrating, but get outside, soak up a little bit of sun, make sure that you're maintaining routines of movement and of cleaning yourselves and of doing what would be considered normal. The last thing that I'm going to give you guys, number 4, is probably the most important. Reach out to other people. Instead of taking time on your phones to consume media, maybe use it as a way of reaching out to people that you would not normally reach out to, especially if you have grandparents that are even more socially isolated, that have more of a requirement to be socially isolated. This is a great time to reach out to those people. I'm going to post a little video about the anxious scroll from Hank Green, the other Green brother from Vlogbrothers. I'm going to post that video so you guys can see a little bit of what I'm talking about, but reach out to people. Call your friend on the phone. I know that sounds super weird, but just hearing their voice is going to be very helpful to you. Connecting with other human beings is essential. You're going to learn that more and more as these weeks start to stretch out. So I will keep posting. That's my promise to you. I will try and do live streams on a daily basis. I'm going to try and get one up and going. I don't know what we should play if we're going to try and do a Let's Play. Maybe Plague Inc., because that's what everyone wants to see right now, is that sort of stuff. Oh, it's a complete side note. Don't watch Contagion. I don't know why everyone is watching Contagion right now. I did it so that you don't have to. The movie is just very, very sad and unsettling, and it will only feed into those negative thoughts. If you want to watch stuff like that, watch zombie movies. Zombie movies are at least a form of escapism. Contagion will just make you feel all wonky. And now that I've talked about it, you're probably going to feel even more inclined to watch it. So, sorry. But with that being said, I'll be doing some live streams. I know that some ideas that I've come up with are to maintain the stuff that we're doing with clubs. So we're going to be doing a creative writing live stream where I talk about music and how to write music. We're going to be doing a film and television live stream where I talk about how I did my whole setup. I currently have like a ring light and a fancy microphone and obviously this computer back here. And I'll talk about how you guys can use your Chromebooks for that sort of thing. We're going to come up with ways to keep you engaged. I can't promise that there's going to be any normal stuff for the next 3 weeks. I don't know what normal looks like now. We get to decide that together. And in a way, that's an amazing opportunity. We have a chance to do something new. And I've been encouraging you guys to fight against the rules and the systems that are in place. And luckily, we've got a jumping off point right now. We've got momentum to do something new, create a new system that could work better. So I want to encourage you guys to think critically. What do you want out of these next 3 weeks? What do you want out of your education? What are you hoping to find that you haven't been getting? Because this is a chance that you have to say, Mr. Jackson, let's do this thing. And we can actually do it. We have all the time in the world right now. So stay safe, talk to people, drink lots of water, get lots of sleep. Don't consume media that's going to make you super negative or feel negatively about yourself. Make sure to get out, soak in some sun. I'm standing here right by a window that's giving me some good lighting, and I want to encourage all of you guys to do the same. Find social spaces, find all of that sort of stuff. I'm going to sign out. Here is my sign out. Come up with something better. Put it in the comments. All right. Talk to you guys later.